Hello and welcome to Breachway. This is the Steam Next Fest demo. If you want to check that out and play it for yourself, there is a link in the description. I'd also highly recommend, if you enjoy it, to add it to your Steam wishlist. Alright, so obviously, very much a work in progress, as all demos are, and we should probably start a new run. Yeah, let's start a new run. A sudden jolt awakens you as you hear the distinct beeping of doors opening. As reality creeps back in, you slowly recognize your surroundings, the cramped confines of your quarters on the Atlas. Hey, wake up. The captain wants to see us on the command deck. He seems pretty agitated and you look groggy as hell, so just let me do the talking. There's an unusual flurry of activity as you enter the command deck. The captain, studying the data feed on one of the consoles, beckons the two of you over. Our infrared sensors detected a large explosion in Solari space, right where one of their research stations is located. Whatever they were up to looks like it didn't go as planned. So this might be our big break then. A chance to turn this scavenging mission around and not go home empty-handed. Could well be. We're closer to the station than any of the Solari fleets in the system. We can't risk approaching with the Atlas, however, as it would be picked up by fleet scanners and we'd be done for. A small ship like the Magpie, though, launched at our current speed, could get there undetected. It'll run on minimal reactor capacity, using only maneuvering thrusters for flight path adjustments. With all due respect, sir, the fireworks will likely attract other scavengers by the time we get there. Which is why the lieutenant here is tasked with protecting the Magpie in case things go south. I'll assemble a team while you make the necessary preparations. Report to the docking bay in 30 minutes. So this is the ship status screen. You can view statistics such as number and types of hard points, starting equipment, and crew. Each piece of equipment contains a few starting cards and has capacity to add more cards as you play. Equipment requires an assigned crew member to function. If you want a better look at your ship, you can orbit the camera while keeping the left mouse button pressed and use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. Once you're done inspecting your ship, click on the Accept button in the ship selection window to proceed. Alright, so as you can see, you can take a look at your ship. If you so desire, you can change how these things are. You can take a look at this gives you slice, and this gives you block. Basically, it's like a deck building game fused with kind of like a exploration, space kind of thing, kind of like FTL, I guess. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with all of this. Unfortunately, we don't have anything in the launch bay right now or anything like that, so that's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with it. Let's accept and go forward. Ooh, I love the map already. Alright, if we just follow the nav points I laid out, we should be at the wreckage in about 2 days, and then we rendezvous back with the Atlas. We just stick to the asteroid belt as much as we can to avoid detection. Easy. I really don't see why the captain decided to put you in charge of my ship. What's your tone? While we're on this mission, this is your new captain. Come on now, we've got a mission to do. You can fight all you want once we're back on the hauler. Soon things settle down and everyone is at their assigned post. Time to start familiarizing yourself with the ship's command console. Alright, so we now have the ability to move around. Your console flashes a warning, indicating combat near your flight path. Not long after, the infrared sensors flare as the ship explodes. The remaining ship changes course, heading in your direction. There's no way their sensors spotted us. We've been running cold for almost a day now. Just our luck then. Their flight path will take them right within our radar detection range. Prepare combat protocols. Alright, let's do this. Our first combat encounter. Let's see. I actually don't know. Is it in real time? I have no idea. No, it's each turn. There we go. It's not in real time, so it is in each turn. This is your hand of cards displaying the actions you can take each turn. Each card requires resources to play, shown as a number in the lower part of the card. The colored number next to the icon indicates your current energy. As you can see right here, we have 6. The white number shows your energy income at the start of the next turn. So we have 4 energy every single turn, and resources carry over between turns. Enemy actions are based on their equipment. Each piece of equipment has a card slot indicating the next action. Cards gain 1 pip each turn. When all pips are filled, the card's border turns white. signaling that it will be played on the next turn. So we then have the ability to sort of, shall we say, predict what is going to be played. You play cards by dragging and dropping them over the crosshair region. Attack the enemy by playing 2 slice cards to advance. So the crosshair region, this one right here. There we go. All right, yeah. Oh, this is actually very cool. I love the way that they've done this, because you have this really cool sort of cinematic view. I think that's super stylish, actually. Press the end turn button. Yep, of course. There we go. And now the enemy is going to be attacking us once again. All right, yeah, that's absolutely fine. I understand how to use block cards, so let's do that.
Up, Captain.
There we go. After playing a card, it moves to your cooldown pile. Cooldown duration is indicated by the number next to the timer icon on the card. Once off cooldown, it returns to your draw pile. Press the tab key or click the card status UI for an overview of cards in your draw pile. So you can basically have a look-see here, and you can see exactly what's going on. So these 2 slice cards are now on cooldown for 2 turns. Good to know. That's actually very interesting. That is a super intriguing mechanic, because obviously if you think about deck builders, most of the time what you want to do is you want to try to keep your deck as small as possible so that you can continue to draw the most useful cards. But this mechanic kind of negates that need as much. You're going to need more cards to be able to play things on every single turn, or at least to play things as much as you'd potentially like. So you have to be a bit careful. Alright, so he's going to attack us with Laser Pulse, but thankfully we did have a block on, so that's absolutely fine. Persistent effects on your ship appear above your card hand. Some effects last for a set amount of turns, while others have an upkeep condition you have to meet each turn to maintain the effect. For example, the target lock, as you see here. So if we do target lock, we're going to get an increase of 1 damage, and we can then, if we keep it up, we can... Well, to keep it up, we need to play at least 1 attack per turn. Okay. Well, that's absolutely fine. Oh, it did 5 damage. That's actually insane. Okay, it's going to add 4 shield points. That's absolutely fine as well. We're going to be attacked in a second. I'm going to need to play 1 slice to keep my my damage up. And we're also going to be playing a block card, obviously, to make it so that his laser pulse doesn't do any damage. But we just got to make sure that we keep our target lock up as much as possible. This is going to be a victory for us right now. I love the way that the little slice goes across the ship and basically acts like it's cutting them in half. I love that. It's such a cool little bit of destruction going on there as well. The area is starting to get pretty lively. We should expect more combat on our approach to the station. Looks like we're not the only ones stupid enough to raid a Solari facility. Too late to hide our presence now. Asking for permission to restore the reactor's ordnance protocol. That should allow us to squeeze some more power out of it. It will also improve our laser's photon output. Permission granted. Aye, Captain. That should enable it to emit the concentrated laser pulses. Won't be a military-grade laser, but it'll be close. Alright. You now have access to the ordnance resource. Ordnance is the main resource for attacks. Open your ship's status screen now to inspect your resource area. How do I do that? This way? You have 1 unallocated reactor power. Left click on the ordnance resource to add your extra reactor power to it. Aha, I see. So that is maybe going to give us more damage, maybe? You can redistribute reactor power between your resources at any time. Right click on energy twice to remove 2 power. Aha, I see. Yes, okay, very easy, nice and simple. And there we go. Your power distribution should be as indicated below. Yes, I did that. Okay, so to close the ship's status screen, click on the button again. Now, here's the thing though. The energy is only going to be giving me 2 energy every single turn now instead of 4. But we are going to be gaining a lot more damage. We got a ship. We got pirates. Oh no. Let's see what we can do. Okay, they've got laser pulse and shield pulse. And we can redistribute reactor power anytime in combat as well. Right click on a resource type to remove 1 power unit. Left click to add. This lets you shift your resource and income to suit your needs. Adding 1 power to a resource generates 1 heat. Heat changes take place after playing the next card. Ships have a heat resistance and dissipation value. Resistance is the amount of heat a ship can safely sustain before overheating, and dissipation is the amount of heat removed at the end of each turn. Every point of overheat deals 1 hull damage at the start of the turn. Alright, good to know, good to know. Okay, so I'm actually pretty happy with what we've got going on here. This guy is going to be doing laser pulse straight away, which is obviously a bit of an issue. We are going to be attacking with this, and we're then going to be using block. Let's do it. That's going to do a lot of damage, 6 damage, that's pretty nice. We're going to be using block here because he is going to be using laser pulse straight away. I don't want to take any damage. I want to try to reduce the amount of damage that I'm taking quite considerably. There we go. And enemy is charging up a heavy blast. Oh, okay. What's this? Cards with this icon, like the laser pulse, are precision attacks that can target specific enemy equipment. Drag and drop these cards over an enemy equipment card in the UI or over a piece of equipment on the ship model to attack it. Each enemy piece of equipment has a durability. Aha, that's very interesting. And so when that hits 0, the equipment breaks, preventing any actions. Enemy equipment is automatically repaired in 3 turns. That's extremely clever. Alright, I love that. You can right-click to discard unwanted cards, freeing up a slot for a new draw next turn. Discarded cards go on cooldown just as if being played. Consider discarding cards that are not useful in the next few turns. Okay, well, Laser Pulse is indeed something that I will be using. Unfortunately, I can only deal... well, I can do target lock, which is what I will do. And we're going to be using this, of course, because that's going to deal additional damage. And then we're going to end the turn here. You can right-click to discard unwanted cards, freeing up a slot for a new draw next turn. Discarded cards go on cooldown. Okay, yeah, well, I am fine with that, actually. I don't think I need to really bother. There we go. That has now been destroyed, so they can no longer attack us, which is hilarious. And we are going to be discarding the block card, because we do not need block any further. Okay, now we can do Beam Sweep, which is going to do 7 damage, which is absolutely insane. Boom, massive, massive damage right there. Unfortunately, he does have a lot of armor, thanks to the shield pulse that he used. So that's a bit of an issue, but it's absolutely fine because we are now going to take him down. Are we? Did I not attack him? Oh, what? Can I not actually kill him with laser pulse? Ah, okay, wait a minute. If I'm correct about this, that means that precision things can only be used on enemy cards or areas that have HP, like for example these things. So I can destroy his laser pulse, for example, and that's basically it. That's really interesting, actually. Okay, so we're just gonna kill him like so. There you go. Alright, okay, I understand a lot more about what's actually going on here. Ah, look at this! We got an infrared emitter. That's nice. Click on the flashing subsystem to add it to your cargo bay. Very nice. Okay, yes, I did that. Thank you. Yeah, we might be able to even equip that as well. Captain, we should hook up the mass refiner module to the reactor. It's crucial for improving our reactor's power output and strengthening the Magpie's shield system. It was originally meant for deflecting dust on minor asteroids, not high-powered lasers. I can modify it to suspend high-density particles in its magnetic field, diffusing laser beams and absorbing kinetic force. This improves defense but requires mass. We also salvaged a functional subsystem from that ship. I'm sure we could put it to good use. Might help us get out of this in one piece. I'll be claiming that as reparations for my ship when we're back on the Atlas. The Magpie will need a new coat of paint once all of this is over. Alright, so we can upgrade our reactor with credits. Okay, cool. I like it. Okay, so it's going to cost me 150, and we gain 1 additional reactor power, which is now going to enable me to put something in mass. Okay, good to know. Subsystems enhance compatible equipment and their cards with various effects. Drag and drop the subsystem from the cargo bay on your modified cutter for application. Okay, so yeah, you see these little, you see that little slot right there? I assume that's the thing. Yep, there you go. That now has improved this in some way or another. Only one subsystem of the same type can be added to equipment. Ooh, very cool. All right, so let's actually continue onward. Are we here? Oh yeah, I can't continue just yet. Okay, yeah, let's go that way. The remains of the station are in view. Things seem quiet, but the tension in the crew is palpable. Judging by the infrared emissions, there should still be some functional equipment we can salvage in that section over there. Alright, so now we have a little bit of a bit of a decision to make. Wait, look at the fluctuation in those readings. I'll bet you a week's rations that there's a ship lying in wait to spring an ambush. Prep the laser and let's go around to get the jump on them instead. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Even though this is technically, I mean, it said combat training, but I'm not entirely sure. Ah, no, here we go. Crew members have abilities you can activate at will during combat. To inspect crew abilities, hover over a crew member's portrait. Abilities do not use regular resources. Instead, they cost command points and have a cooldown after use. Your command point capacity is determined by the amount of crew on board, +3 max command points per crew member. Alright, so as you can see, this fellow has the ability to overload the cannons. Next attack played this turn deals +50% damage. She has the ability to gain us 2 of each resource, which is actually super powerful. And next shield card played this turn gives +50% shield points. Right, okay, well, ideally, I mean, he's gonna attack me straight away, right? Yeah, he's gonna attack straight away. I can't actually do anything about this, which is a little bit problematic, to be honest. I can do 8 damage to one of these things, to one of these systems, which is not really going to work out too well for me, so I'm literally just going to attack straight away. And there's not much more I can do here, so I'm just going to have to end turn. We're going to take a little bit of damage. Incoming enemy missile. Ah, you can track missiles in the lower left part of the screen above your hull points. Missiles have a delay of 1 or more turns before they hit. You can defend against missiles by playing shield cards or shooting them down with special missile defense cards. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so... Right, okay, I understand. So what we're going to need to do now is I will play a block card, obviously. That's going to be extremely important for us. And otherwise, we really want to deal damage to this. So let me see here. +50% damage. If I do that, that's going to give me, like, what, 7 to 8 damage, which is really not going to be that useful. So we will just continue to do damage to the laser pulse here. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to do damage to me right now, but that's not really going to do much. And we might be able to actually eliminate one of these, maybe, if I use this. Let's do that. Now we can do 7 damage. Let's eliminate the laser pulse. Boom, that's now on cooldown, which is perfect. And bear in mind, remember, the laser, or should we say the missile, sorry, the missile is going to take at least a turn to hit us. So we shouldn't have too many issues with that. There we go. Alright, that's what I'm liking. Okay, so we can now do 7 damage times 2, basically. Oh no, we can't do times 2. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping for a times 2 right there, but no, we can't do that. So I'm just going to have to do the old-fashioned thing and just go for a nice little block. There we go, nice and easy. And eliminate him. There we go. Nice. We kept our target lock up the entire time as well, which in my opinion is very nice. Click on the flashing equipment to add it to your cargo bay. And we also got an additional card. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, look at this. So we now get Blinding Pulse or Harnessed Strike or any of these things. Let's have a look. Gain 1 shield point every time you play a laser or ion attack, but that requires 4 mass. I don't have 4 mass, really. It's quite difficult for me to get that. Next turn, enemy attack deals -2 damage. I'm actually not entirely sure. I think Harnessed Strike could actually be really useful, so I will actually take that. I know it sounds a bit weird considering I just literally said that I didn't really like it, but I think it could be super useful for us. And we also got a basic missile rack here, which is going to mean that we can now use missiles. So that's super fun. We also have morale to deal with here. It determines the rate at which your crew command points recharge on entering a node. Some choices in events can affect crew morale temporarily or permanently. Area clear. No further hostiles in engagement range. Deploying a recon drone for a visual sweep of the wreckage. Look behind that plating. That black box is the station's main data storage and backup unit. It's bound to have a lot of valuable research data we can sell. Who knows what they were cooking up here? Are you out of your mind? If the Solari catch wind of us stealing that, we're as good as dead. We need a new air recycling and ventilation system back at the station, don't we? This is why we went on this scavenging run in the first place. This will bring in enough credits for all that and more. Enough squabbling, we've got a limited window before more hostiles arrive. Our orders were to retrieve all valuable salvage, so let's get to work. Alright, let's do it. The crew quickly works to retrieve the black box and fill the Magpie's cargo bay with any valuable salvage they can find. After the work is done, you set course for the rendezvous point with the Atlas. Alright, inspect our salvaged equipment. So we now have the ability to get the basic missile rack, which is in the launch bay. Perfect. Alright, very, very nice. And there's the rendezvous point. Incoming tight beam transmission from the Atlas. Magpie, this is the Atlas. We've got a situation. The Solari have flagged us for interrogation. They've most likely got all their sensors pointed at us until we meet up with their patrol ships. Any attempt to pick you up would incriminate us both. We'll be fine, but I'm afraid you have to return to the station on your own. Keep your burn minimal and maintain a low profile until you're clear. Roger that, Captain. Stay safe. I've heard about Solari interrogation methods. I wouldn't want to be on the Atlas right now. There's an alternate route we can take that will keep us away from any major flight corridors and known Solari fleet positions. Should work. We have enough Delta V and remaining fuel to get us to the station. Set an alternate route to the station. That'll take us straight through deadweight controlled territory though. A solitary scavenger ship is sure to attract some attention from those pirate scum. We'd best be on our toes. Alright, so now yep, here you go. We now have two path types. Main paths, which are shown as a blue line, allow only forward movement. However, secondary paths, marked by thin yellow lines, permit both forward and backward movement. Moving to a node on a secondary path consumes 1 fuel. Good to know. Alright, so if we go over here, so obviously this is unavailable right now, so if I move over here, we're disliked in this area. Captain, we've intercepted a distress call. A civilian transport is under attack by a deadweight freighter? No, raider, in actual fact. They won't last long without our intervention. If we reroute power to the thrusters for max burn, we could intercept it in time, pulling the raider's focus. That's too risky. It would leave us exposed during the approach. The deadweight could attack us freely and we'd be defenseless until combat systems are online. It's a calculated risk. Diverting their fire from the transport to us is the only way to save that ship. Our hull should hold against a barrage. Alright, so now we have the opportunity to choose. We make a call here. Okay, so we are... I'm gonna save the civilian transport. Acknowledge, Captain. It's the right call. Preparing for the maneuver now. Let's do this. You divert all power to the engines and fire up the thrusters to their maximum capacity. Before long, the deadweight ship stops firing on the civilian transport and turns its attention to you. Alright, here we go. I can only hope that they don't have anything too amazing. As you can see, we are going to take some damage almost immediately. The enemy has a flak cannon, however, which inflicts random damage within a certain range. Attacks have a shredding value. Hull damage from a flak attack that is equal or higher than the attack's shredding value triggers a shred status effect on the target. And each shred stack raises flak's minimum damage by 1. In other words, you're going to take more and more damage if you allow it to hit you. Good to know, right? Good to know. Alright, so that means, what are we going to do? Aha. This is going to be a bit problematic, isn't it? Okay, I am going to probably... I mean, they're going to attack us straight away, so I'm going to block. That's the first thing I'll do. And then I'll probably use a beam sweep, all things considered. Or should I use a laser pulse? Might want to use a laser pulse on the flak barrage, I suppose. Maybe we'll try to get that eliminated as best as we can. Really what I want to do is increase my reactor damage. That's going to be extremely important for us, to be honest. Maybe we can actually do that. Okay, we'll play this. There we go. And then we'll do a laser pulse. Hopefully we'll be able to eliminate that soon enough. Let's do a block as well, because laser burst is going to be attacking us in just a moment. There we go. And now, hopefully... Oh yeah, I won't be able to actually do anything right here. Oh dear. Okay, oh no, we can actually do something cool though. We can fire off one of our missiles, which is going to be fantastic. And then we can also fire this. Unfortunately, I won't be able to disable the flak cannon that they have, which is very sad. But, you know, that's just how it is. We can now do it with... Oh, no, actually, it did get disabled, I think. It did get disabled due to something. So that's nice. Okay, that's cool. I think when you initially attack the ship as a whole, so for example, if you do beam sweep, it does actually deal sort of like collateral damage to all the systems on the enemy ship. So basically they'll all take like 1 damage or something like that. I think that's very, very useful. Okay, so I will do laser pulse right here. And that's going to disable their other weapon, which is absolutely perfect. And now we can just sit back and wait for our next things. Yes, there we go. And take it down. I'm sure the cargo ship or the civilian transport or whatever it is going to be really, really pleased with us, hopefully. Okay, so let's add a card. What do we have available here? Okay, so we can do this. Deal 3 damage twice. And that has precision. That could be very useful. Deal 8 damage. Aha. It has the deplete thing. You can only use it once. Yeah, you can only use it once. Okay. Add 1 card slot. Costs 1 for every existing. I'm going to go for the torpedo. I actually like the torpedo quite a bit. I think that the missiles are quite fun. I think they're quite fun to use. So why not? The point defense cannon you salvage from the enemy goes on the auxiliary mount, providing effective defense against enemy missiles. Auxiliary equipment operates without a crew member, but doesn't add an extra card slot in combat. Alright, that's really useful. That is really, really useful, actually. So basically, we can now shoot down enemy missiles, and that's going to be extremely useful. Now we have the ability to repair ourselves. A large part of it has been stripped clean by scavengers, but upon closer inspection, one of the maintenance bays still seems to be functional. It might not look it, but some of the equipment left here is actually in good working condition. Your engineer gets to work with the assistance of the rest of the crew. A few hours later, the hull looks better than ever, and we're back up to full HP. Very nice. Alright, well, I think that's actually going to be it for this episode. If you'd like to check out Breachway, it's looking absolutely super, super slick right now. Very fun to play. And if you like a sort of, I don't know, maybe I don't know what to really call it, but basically it's like FTL with a deck building thing, but there's a lot of resources to manage, and obviously you have the ability to customize your ship however you so desire. You can also customize which cards you're going to get, and you can indeed upgrade your reactor and customize which, you know, little bits of energy that you are focusing on as well when in combat. And I am actually very much enjoying it. So yeah, if you like the look of this, then you should definitely check it out through the link in the description. You can also add it to your Steam wishlist if you enjoy the demo itself. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.